Remember me talking about the cattle? They're here for a drink, so I'm going to move out of the way. Big old bowl. Looking big. We're going to give these people a wide berth. Now that we've arrived here, it looks so familiar. I actually, back when camping was allowed in this area, I camped on a horseback back here in this little flat area over there. We can see a lot of cow patties. Get up here and see if we have water still. I'd imagine we do, but let's find out. All right, I see there's still water here. Come on, check this out. Yeah, come on. As you can see, we have water here still. And here are our petroglyphs. Let's see if we can get up there and get a picture of a few of them. We have a few here, but they're very light. But we have them up there. So let's go up there and see what we can find. Come on, let's climb up here. Come on. You can see this motif here. Look at this. It looks like a bird with its feet. And we have circular over there. How cool is this? This is the height of what they were doing, or putting these petroglyphs in. You can see some of these boulders have petroglyphs on them, and they have moved over the years. And so getting some of them is going to be somewhat difficult. But I'll get enough for you to get an idea of what this area was like. I'm not sure you can see where this large boulder had rolled down, but you can see some petroglyphs on the side. And the one behind it, looks like there's a horse back there through the brush. I'm not sure if you can see it. I'm going to try and zoom in and post and see if I can get that zoomed in for you. But this hill, climbing around these boulders, can be treacherous. Be safe out here. You can see some of them. There's one behind the tree right there. I'm going to try and get around, see if I can get a better view of it for you. Everything's climbing here, so bear with me. Ouch. Look at that. As I'm looking at them through the trees with lots of thorns on them. This is really cool. Really cool motif. If you look up there, you can see a circle and different petroglyphs over there as well. Now, obviously, these boulders have moved. So fortunately, we're still able to find some of these. All right. So you might say, well, Bill, this doesn't have near as many petroglyphs as a lot of the sites that you've taken us from and visited. And that is true. But this place has a very storied history. It has had the ancient people here, the Chemehueva, the Mojave, pioneers, miners, all coming here because of its source of water. Also, there was a military fort, more of a garrison, or not even a garrison, a handful of soldiers that were stationed here. And this was, in fact, from a percentage wise, the most deserted fort around. Now, partly because it is so remote and constantly being attacked because of the water, and but they're here to protect the trade route from California to Prescott, because the mines up there, the miners up there needed supplies, and the fastest way and the most cost-effective way for them to get them was actually from California. So supplies came from California to go to Prescott, and this is the route they took. So they demanded protection, and the military was here. Now granted, once the train was put in, there was no need for this road and for the freight wagons to come up the government road at that time to Prescott. But it had a high percentage of deserters, and there's no wonder why. It's high desert, snows here, it's cold right now, there's a storm coming in, and they lived in the elements, they lived in tents. It wasn't like they were in some building where they could take shelter from the elements. They actually they lived in a tent. So, and we do have one of them who has left his marks here. So let's go see who this gentleman was, this soldier was. But this is a very, very special place, and I would encourage you to come and visit it. You can find it just on Google. If you use Google Maps, it'll take you here. Just remember to take, if you're coming from Arizona side, the 95 to the 66, and you're coming here, make sure you take the bigger roads. Don't take the small roads unless you have a good vehicle. I've done both, and let me tell you, it's a lot better to take the big roads. But it is a wonderful place, and they have a loop trail that goes from Smith's Cabin down here and around. So I'm going to show you some pictures, but first let me show you this gentleman who left his mark, this military guy. All right, cool. I told you I was going to show you the soldier's name. Looks like his name was Stewart, 4th Infantry, May 16th. Now the year is gone, but we can pretty much guess that it was in the 1880s. We have more petroglyphs right here. Archaic style motifs. And these are not very dark, so probably some more up there, but I'm thinking that these were done by either the Mojave or the Chemehueva. You can see through there, there's another one there. That is a very common petroglyph, so we know that some of these people have seen some of these petroglyphs before. You can see some here, and even here. And here we have slicks. If you wonder where the women prepared the meal, it would be right here, next to the sun petroglyph.
up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly.
Check this out.
Baby, you give me midnight.
It's real out here, people.
You whip
It's
up my
very real.
appetite.